Okay, so if I don't know if anybody caught that, but there was a bunch of stuff being thrown by the girls screaming and going crazy because of the Beatles. And one such person that threw that at the Beatles was
Mama Scissors. My mom attended this concert. She told me about the Beatles when they came to America and how it was insanity. It was you couldn't get away from the Beatles or coming. The Beatles, everybody was worked up into a frenzy, including my mom. So she went to the concert. Actually, forgot her tickets, but found a local DJ that hooked her up with seats. So she got lucky there. And she said what was happening is when they interviewed the Beatles when they landed, they asked them what kind of snacks they liked because they were asking them everything about their lives. John Lennon said he liked jelly beans. So in that clip on the ground, you see little dots all over the place. The girls were throwing jelly beans at the Beatles. And the thought process was, I'm touching the jelly bean, and then it's going to touch one of them, and we'll have a connection. Girls were wild, right? My mom, generally being herself a little out of left field sometimes, she decided that she was going to throw a flash cube at George Harrison from an old style camera. I guess she didn't have any jelly beans with her. So she got the flash cube and winged it at George Harrison, missed completely. But in that clip, you can see an object flying by Ringo's head. That object was thrown by my dear sweet mother. God bless
just
her.
awesome. When you told me that, I'm like, you got to talk about it during the show.
Well,
So it's
the
like
fun-
I clipped it out just so you could see the stuff wicking out.
she told me that story a couple of times when I was little because I became a fanatic about the Beatles because I would listen to her Beatle records and I loved them too. So I got older and I'd ask her questions, and she told me the story a couple of times. I'd never seen it until they released that footage not that long ago. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's a flash cube flying by Ringo's head.
That would have been great if you saw your mom on the Screaming Girls and stuff.
I looked. She said she wasn't much of a screamer in terms of, she thought it was kind of silly. Now, this coming from a woman who just threw a flash cube at George Harrison, mind you, but so I asked her, I said, well, how was the concert? And she goes, you couldn't hear a damn thing because it was just the decibel level of the girls was so, these girls were falling out, fainting.